Welcome to the Blake and Papi Generations Talk, Episode 2.
Yes. Being 12 today versus back in the day. And I want to jump right in because he's delirious and he thinks he has it hard. Sounds good?
Deal.
Alright, so let's start with, I'm going to do something easy. How about like pressure? Pressure like school pressure and things like that. Social pressure.
School pressure is mostly because of social media.
So we're going to jump with social media. How social media, bro?
You know, people get jealous from looking online. People get jealous because of, like, looks. Some people think it's like a contest to be popular, to gain friends.
Looks? So what looks? Everyone, I can get jealous of someone looking down the street, bro.
And also people get distracted because, like, trends, they try to be cool like the inner people.
Alright, so then, you want to fit in?
Yes.
But why does it matter? Because they don't look at social media.
It's easier said than done. Like, you remember your favorite trend not that long ago?
Nah, you better. I will break this hand if you please. All right. So you're saying that matters.
Yes.
So like things like what was it they used to do like that? Things like that.
Please don't do that.
What? That's not cool. So I'm not cool if I do that. I mean, I get it, but but like social media, like what about it? Like social media. So what? You guys are looking at people's lives, their lives. You don't even know if it's real. So then why does it matter?
Because some people just don't.
So all right. So I get it. Look, my advice. I tell you this all the time. I hope I can give this advice to all our viewers. Who cares, right? Like the only person I tell you this, you need to impress is the man, woman, boy, girl that's in the mirror. When you wake up in the morning and you look at that mirror, that's the person you need to make proud. All right. But I get it. Look, social media. I guess there's expectations. Not me. Maybe because I'm a little older. And there's always more than life is more than it seems. You never know what's really true or not. But I guess social media is a little hard. But how about this? I didn't even have phones growing up. If I was lucky, if you're lucky, you had a landline.
What? You mean Morse code?
A Morse code, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna go down this. I'm 44, bro.
We're going down memory lane.
This is not memory lane. I'm 44. Morse code is not. I almost want to just not even talk to you. I don't even know what to say. All right, phones. Like we didn't have phones growing up. Like you guys have cell phones and stuff. When I got a little older, I had a beeper. Someone had to page me a phone number so I can run to a payphone if I have money and make a call. Like that's crazy. That's hard. If I told my parents I'm gonna play basketball, I could. What time you coming? I'm gonna come back. I can't tell you what time. I can't even communicate. So you guys, you have it easy. We had to guess. Yo, we're gonna play basketball after school. We had to hope our boys went over there. Right there. Yo, we're leaving now. If I would try to call them. Hey, I'm about to leave. All right, cool. We'll meet there. And then someone got there. Someone didn't. Like whatever. It's harder. That is harder. You guys have communication. Click of a button, a text message, a phone call. So I don't want to hear it. How about I don't know, like you talk about like social media, about you talked about pressure, but like why does looks matter? You said pressure to look a certain. Okay. I know I never had that problem.
Wow.
So like, is there pressure there? You think? Like what makes pressure there?
People. So if someone's ugly, they could be.
There's no such thing as ugliness. Okay, but you know what I mean. There's looks don't always matter. There's traits. People's traits are important. Look, I have you. It's hard to look at you, but you're a nice person.
But I don't have your traits. I do. Your height.
Wow, I am taller than you still, though.
I know. That's why.
Well, yeah, it's all right. Until you grow taller than me, you can't jump there. So I guess pressure to look a certain way. We had we had that pressure too. I mean, we were always judged on what we wore and stuff. And you know what? I just feel like you guys are soft. Like it didn't, whatever it is, what it is. I don't know. I don't know how you found it, but all right, how about we jump into like how about kids' lives? Like you talked about pressure to look a certain way, fitting in. Like what? Like what about fitting in? Like
Like,
how if you're cool, you're cool.
so like, you're trying to do like a trend that all the other kids are
But
doing,
don't do it.
but the popular kids doing it, so he's trying to act
So
popular.
what? So then you're telling me that kids nowadays rather be a follower than a leader. Why?
True.
If you follow a trend, you were not the first to do it. And like a great man once said, my boy Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you last. So why does it matter? So don't follow a trend, bro. Be the leader. Lead by example. Just like I tell you when we're playing sports and stuff. Or you know what it could mean? Just means your circle of friends maybe not. It may not be of the right. Well, I'm not saying you. I like your friends. Some of them are cool. I won't name any names because I guess they got to earn that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess people got to earn the right to get named out here, right?
Mhm.
We'll work on that. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, just like
but we gotta. Now we're not gonna name no names. Pressure to look a certain way. How about you? This started with school, bro. We have not talked about school outside of people. I care about not the people. I care about your academics. So,
my
is it
academics.
harder now? Like I think it was harder back then.
Well,
I got homework back then, bro.
I have homework.
Or you barely get homework compared to my homework.
Got I ready.
You're not ready. So,
So
what are some of the pressures you think that make it harder now? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I think you're gonna lose this one easy.
what? What do you mean,
You
bro?
have access to information. I had to go to a library. You don't even know what a library is.
I do.
Yeah, okay.
Been there
Like, yeah, huh?
twice.
I had to almost live in a library to do my assignment. I couldn't be like, oh, hold on. And for those cheaters, oh, hold on, let me just get this online. I'm not saying you cheat because I will beat you up, but yeah, like academic expectations for me were way harder.
I mean,
No,
some
I don't even think you have an argument. Yeah.
what? No, some kids don't have um iPads, phones. No,
Well, then those kids can live 12 like I was 12 and go to a library.
I mean, true,
Yes,
but
I highly doubt that in a person's household there's not one person with a cell phone, which means they probably have internet, which means they can access the information needed for school. Because you just talked about social media. So if social media is so important and so big, then that access to information to do your academics and schoolwork properly and with good grades should be easy. Done. Terminó. This one is done because you're not going to win this. 12 was harder back then. We had real book reports, real essays, right? Not these quadruple spaced sentences where it's one line, 7 years later it's a second line. Oh, we don't. I didn't do none of that. I was right until my.
alright. So what? So besides of that homework, what other homework did you have?
We had essays, book reports, and we had
So
projects.
just ELA homework?
No, it's everything. When we had projects with teammates, with all the school kids, we couldn't just talk on the phone and text each other and do this. Man, we had to go meet up somewhere. No, academic expectations. 12 back in the day was way harder than now.
Alright.
And I'll talk about another one. We had different kind of pressure. It wasn't about social media. We had to be in the moment, in present. You know, it was harder back then. If we had a conflict with someone, chances are we had to settle it.
How?
Right?
Talking or fighting?
A lot of sometimes, hopefully talking, but a lot sometimes you had to use, these hands. And you know what? It was tough. It was you had to use that. You guys what? You guys talked each other to death now. Come on.
I had to go with other good one.
Hold on. Oh, he saw this. That God, get out of here. We just took care of it. Boom. So you know what? Pressure. Well, I wasn't. I know it's hard to believe with these looks and this body, but I was not. strong. I wasn't really
I
popular,
know.
and
I know.
I managed. I didn't need to be the coolest kid. I needed to be the cool kid in front of the mirror. That's it. I mean, I don't know what else. I don't even know what to say. We we didn't even have the access to information
You
like you
did.
do.
You had what you call
You
a
know what? You're
library.
always looking at how about your fantasy sports and stuff. You had access to all these stats. I had to get a newspaper from my dad to look at the box score in the sports section. That's probably why I'm so good at math and you're not. Anyway, you know what? We could talk about this all the time. Um, I know I'm right. I know he's wrong when it comes to this piece. We're gonna talk about other things. I think we should talk about people because we mentioned that maybe friendship, some drama. But before that, I got a question.
What?
I got a question for you and for all the viewers. What are your thoughts on this? Is constant connection helping or hurting? And by that, what I mean is that being able to communicate with someone right away. Like right now, I can text someone, I can talk to you. Back then, I would have to pick up a phone and call them and see if they're home or available or this.
I guess communication, like, I feel like it's helping.
Okay, it's helping. All right,
Yeah.
so it could be both.
Sometimes.
I think it could hurt. You don't miss people. I mean, I used to write letters. Yes, I used to write letters. And no, not mail pigeon carriers that would take my mail. No, so don't even. We use a postage. We send it in the mail. Person would get it. Family, friend, and they would send it back.
Girlfriend.
If they left, and they would send it back. And yeah, I got some letters. You know, maybe a little. If it was a girl and they wrote back, maybe a little spring of a perfume. Make it. I can't do that with a phone, man. I miss those days where it was you could miss someone. I can't miss someone now. You know what? You, the viewers, decide. Constant connection, helping or hurting. Drop it in the comments. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, on our Instagram channel, Blake and Papi. We'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back to Blake and Papi conversations. We're gonna continue this talk on being 12 today versus
Back in the prehistoric age.
no, not back in the prehistoric age, but yo, you're gonna continue this. I am 44 versus back in the day.
Old?
Oh my god, versus back in the day. We talked a little bit about like school pressure. Got your perspective. I gave you some of my thoughts. I guess we could talk about like, I mean, people, right? Like friendships and stuff. You know, you mentioned social media and technology. So, you know, how about that? How about thinking about things like that? The way you communicate with your friends now, chats and stuff.
Sometimes, like,
Yeah, why would that be pressure though?
Like when you left on red, like, it feels hurt. It feels like a dagger in your heart.
And so if you get left out, yeah, I get it. I mean, no one would ever leave me on red, right? But except for my son who does that. But all right, I guess there. But I mean, all right, being left on red.
Like group chats, like.
All right, kind of like what? Like being
like if you're not in group chat, you feel left out. You know.
Okay. You're not in
then like in school.
All right,
like in school, like people talk about, oh my gosh, see that video I sent yesterday.
Okay. I mean, again, we didn't have that problem. I mean, with us, it was more in person. You know, we had little cliques. We had people getting together. That's tough because that's, you know, if you're not part of that, you're not part of the in crowd. That's the same. That's more pressure than virtual.
What do you say?
I mean, that's what I think. All right, so group chats. I mean, I still don't believe that. I mean, they don't matter to me.
Oh yeah, because you have no group chats.
I'm in a lot of group chats. Some are.
You yourself and I.
No, some I have to mute because they're not cool, like the one with you. But I didn't say that. So all right, you talked about like some of that embarrassment. What else? Like what else you think from a friendship, from a people perspective? Why is it hard now?
Like online embarrassment.
Okay. All right. So like when you say online embarrassment, you mean like you have, you know, you could see videos of a Okay. Like screenshots.
Yeah.
okay, I
Like
get.
someone's like recording you doing something like
Well, you know
pranks.
what? Speaking of that, speaking of recording and digital footprints and stuff, I got something real quick. I want to play a quick video. Um,
Please
quick
don't be bad.
video. Boom.
Please don't be bad.
Pop it.
Oh,
Hmm?
really?
Told you it was gonna be a quick video.
You're giants compared to me.
I mean, it was just an example. So you mean like things like that can affect a
Yes.
person?
Like how I feel right now
Uh,
hurts.
all right. So I'll give you that because we didn't have any digital
I
receipts.
know.
We went out, we did. If things happen, it wasn't gonna go spread to the whole world. You didn't go viral, right? Maybe in school you keep it to isolated. So I'm gonna give you that. Maybe it's a little more difficult there. Um, you know, screenshots, videos, online stuff. I think that was a good example. How about? I mean, I don't see this. I don't know how it is for you guys, but how about confrontation? Like for me, um, we had a confrontation. We handled. Not that I condone any fights or anything, but we would handle that one on one. Right there in the moment.
Like talking or
Sometimes talking, sometimes not. I mean, I think it's different because we kept it to that. I think with you guys and online, I think it's just silly that everyone wants to be a social media fighter or something. Just guys be trash talking and talking junk. We just did it in person space. Like we didn't have that those vehicles to be able to spread it out. We kept it isolated. So I'm gonna give you that. I mean, I don't even think it's hard for you. I just think it's silly and dumb. For us, and we would just handle it. So you know what? I'm gonna say back in the day was more fun. You might have disagreed, but I know anyone close to my age, right, would say that we had more fun. No, not that.
I think no one's
Maybe that.
close to your age.
Like 25, like me. 44. But you guys had it a little tough because I think social media and virtual things probably make it tough for people. But that's why it's important. I talk to you about this all the time. I think it's very important. Speaking of social media, I think it's always very important um, to talk, right?
Yeah.
To communicate. If you're feeling a certain way, I talk to you about this all the time. We haven't had that problem, but I always want to leave that door open, right? That communications channel, good, bad, ugly. That's what I'm here for. That's what parents are here for. Your mom, your dad. You know what I mean? I think the question is, and please talk to someone. If you're ever feeling a certain type of way, it's very important to talk to someone. If you have no one to talk to, got Blake and Papi here. We're more than happy to talk to anyone. And I can tell you all the stories like that video, but I'm joking. But you know what? How about I got another question, not only for you but for the viewers, right? Would you survive middle school back in the day?
Maybe I would have had Tom and Jerry.
You're not a fighter. Stop it.
I am, bro.
I think about middle school and today. I don't know if I would survive, but I don't think it would be fun. Like I'm very old school, so I think you guys always virtual playing games. I like to be in the park playing football, basketball. So, but for the viewers, would you survive middle school today? And for the young ones out there, would you survive middle school back in the day? We would love to hear your thoughts, and we'll be right back. What's up, everyone? Blake and Poppy, we're back. We're going to continue this conversation about being 12 today and back in the day before he says anything. We talked a little bit about school, friends, I guess, being out, but
Yeah.
I think let's talk about more discipline. I mean, I think that's what's missing from you guys. Like me
I'm
growing up,
disciplined.
we had chores. We had to do those
Kids
chores.
do have chores.
I barely do chores.
Name 3 chores that we don't have.
You don't
I
do?
mean, don't do. Sorry.
Yeah, do the dishes, clean the floor.
I do the dishes.
Barely. Clean up after yourself.
I do.
Look at this. I mean, I wish I could show everyone this mess of football trading card you got up here.
You help me then.
I didn't help you make a mess. So chores. I think the consequences, man. I mean, there was nothing back then that would hurt more than being told you're not going outside to hang out with your friends, or you're not going to the park to play basketball or something. Where I live,
We had basketball hoops back then.
Yep, and it was made out of rim and nets, not boxes. Okay, but sometimes we would play with garbage cans. We didn't care, or crates. We don't care. We would just play ball. We were just happy to be outside. See, you guys don't appreciate that. You guys all want to be. Wait, what is the things you guys put? Roblox. I'm a Roblox. I thought it was about blocks. Rolling blocks? No, he tells us all this other stuff. Right? Fortnite. I don't even know how a shooting game is called Fortnite. There's no fort, and it's not played at night. So let's get serious. My Fortnite was playing until the sun started going down. And I had to run home because I didn't want to get in trouble. So consequences. Being late would mean consequences. I don't know about you guys now. Being late and consequences. What else? Like, if I got in trouble and I couldn't go outside, I would look out the window, see my friends out there. That would hurt more than anything. You guys get your iPad taken away from you, and it's like the end of the world. How about you go read a book? How about you get some vitamin D outside, take in the sun? You guys don't appreciate that.
I do.
Whatever.
Well, I played like.
I think the culture was different. We couldn't negotiate with our parents. I think, I don't know. Sometimes I think parents have gone soft.
Yeah.
I'm not soft. I mean, what are your thoughts? What about discipline, respect, you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was talking to the viewers.
The viewers. My co-star. Star, co-star.
Blake and Papi.
Doesn't matter.
And I could go with the alphabet again.
You know what? I think by now the viewers know who the real star is. Right?
You guys are forgetting that I still run the house. But okay. I feel like the kids have more voice now.
Okay. So I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad. What does more voice mean? That means you're gonna say no to us? No.
Do.
Thank God you don't. I think respect is important.
Yeah, it is.
Respecting your parents, your authorities. Whether it's in school, sports, your coaches. I don't know what else. I think we had it harder. I don't know. You're not giving me a convincing.
More parents they understand.
So you say more parents are more understanding now than then?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. But again, that makes it easy for you. You see, that means it was easier. It was easier, now than back then. Yeah, parents are probably more understanding now. Especially those that maybe in my age range that we were raised differently. But I still think it's super important to just respect, right? And respect your parents, your elders. And I think having more of a voice is good for you guys if it's used right. And as a parent, yeah, being understanding is fine because we maybe lived through some things, but that doesn't mean you can't teach your actions have consequences. I'm very big on that with you.
Yeah.
I tell you, for good or bad, actions always have a consequence. It could be a good one or a bad one, or it could be one that at the time may not seem good or bad. There's always something, right? So I think, I think with us, it was hard. I don't know. What else? Anything outside? How about sports? How do you feel? Maybe pressure?
Sports?
Pressure more now?
I feel like there's more pressure. You guys didn't. I feel like you guys didn't have not that much gear. You had.
You know what? No, I think pressure for me was higher because we didn't have the resources you had. You guys maybe had more pressure to perform or be known and be seen.
In sports, like you're talking about football, I feel like we have more equipment. You probably have a box on your head.
It's not about equipment. We're talking about, the pressure. What is it? Is it harder now as a kid? Is it harder then? I thought it was very hard for me. I started playing sports very late. So, that was my doing. That's why I thought it was very important to get you into sports where you can find your identity. And I like how you play tackle football, soccer. You played soccer for a few years. You haven't now, but tackle football, basketball now. You've gotten a liking to baseball. You're currently doing jujitsu. I think it's super important for you guys to try out new sports. We didn't have that same level of access, or we did, but it wasn't as
Awesome, babe.
available.
Yeah.
It wasn't as available. I think now you have more resources. So I think you definitely have it easier from what's out there, what's available. I think it's easier from how to learn, how to get better.
But
But
also like sports, um, talking about like different, pretend like your opponents,
okay, your
opponents.
opponent's what?
Like sometimes they're like 6 foot in seventh grade.
Okay,
Like
yeah. I mean,
that's hard.
we've seen that. We had some of that. I do think you guys face more challenges. I'll give you that because it's not only the sheer size of kids nowadays. I think it's things like reclass, parents that reclass their kids. I think that creates I don't want to say unfair to each his own, but it can create more obstacles. I don't mind it because I just think you know like as a father, as a coach, if my child, my player is outperforming someone that has reclassed, or something of that nature, that just means that my child, or my player's preparation is just so much better. And I think that's why it's important for kids. I was trying to pull up a few things that I was thinking about when it came to the sports part, but you know what? I don't even need this. It's just I think you guys have more access. You have some obstacles there, but I think for those that want it, you have a lot more access. If I had access to information like you, I would have been studying plays, film study, looking online for things like I would be consumed by it. And I just don't see that from today's youth. I know there are some. I know some kids. Our boy Ant. He is consumed by basketball. And I'm happy that he gives you a few pointers here and there. But those are the kind of kids that have an opportunity to make it because they love it. You're getting there. But if I was you, I'd be dedicating time to my physical fitness, my mental fitness, understanding things, and just beating my opponents by knowing more than them. And I think you guys have it easier in that sense. You just don't utilize it. But again, uh, I think you said something about parents being understanding, and I'm gonna close this section up. I'm gonna close this thought process up with uh, do you think, and this for everyone, parents are softer now than back in the day? I know the answer. The answer is absolutely, because back in the day,
You're absolutely wrong.
uh,
Or
back in the day, it was for the Hispanic audience out there, chanclas and a correa. Uh, you know, it was belt, sandals, man. It was
power cord.
a power cord. Not that I condone the physical part, but you have to. I think parents then were tougher on their kids, and I think there's more a longer leash being given. And I think and then again, to each his own. I would never judge someone's parenting. I know me. I like to be old school, and I'm gonna try to instill in you what was instilled in me. So I hope that's okay. But yeah, I want everyone's thoughts. Our parents softer now.
Wait, so you can teach me about the dinosaurs?
I will teach you. Guys, you guys don't even know dinosaurs now. You probably don't even learn that because it's just different now.
Oh, your arms are so short. You look like a T-Rex.
I am a T Rex. Who's gonna mess with a T Rex in that jungle? Nobody. See that?
Oh, damn.
Ha! Got him. We'll be back.
And we're back. Let's continue this conversation about being 12 now versus back then. What should we talk about now?
Sports.
Got him. Perfect. All right. Can't be sports without having some fan gear on. All right. So what about sports, man?
Want to kick it off?
Sure. Always. I guess the first thing I'll say is when we talk about sports, I don't know. I don't know if I would say harder. Like we have it harder. I think it's different, right? Like I think of like me back then when I was a kid. Um, I think we had we would just be outside, right? We would just be outside chilling, playing until it got dark, or until
Wait,
it was
but
getting dark. Yeah, what?
but like, didn't you say your parents like they'll get mad if you come home late?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we would look at the time, whether we had a watch or one of us, and we would also start looking at that sun going down. So yeah, till it was like getting dark. So it depends, and it depends what we were playing. Most of the time, we're playing basketball, and we started playing like we would play football, tackle football, no pads. So that would be fun.
Or a helmet?
No, nothing, just us, right? You if you want, you could wear extra pair of pants or shirt. Yeah, but what about sports you want to talk about? Like, what do you think?
I'm gonna kick it off with year around training.
Okay, so like, what about year-round training?
I would say number one is you gotta be fit for the sport. You gotta work out on agility, strength, speed.
All right, I get it. So you mean like you're not just really training for the sport? There's so much more to it,
Yes.
right? You got to study, film,
IQ.
speed. I got it. All right, all right. So I
But
guess that
one
helps.
more thing you also gotta train for is that sport. Like if it's basketball, how to shoot, how to play defense, how to dribble.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that's different though. Like you would do that back then. I think now, I don't want to say it's easier, but like now you have all this opportunity to learn, right? You have trainers, you have individual trainers, you have virtual training. We didn't have no virtual training. You have all these like places now that'll help train on that specific sport. I mean, we go to the gym, right? We work on agility, speed, things like that. And now you even have like like virtual setups where you can practice, let's say, basketball or baseball, football. So I think there's more opportunities for you guys. I think for us, maybe it was less structured. And again, this is just my experience. And again, I didn't really play sports like that. Nowhere near how you started at such a young age, and how you've kind of progressed. I started so late. Like I was in like high school, right? I mean maybe seventh grade. Before high school, I started playing basketball, and I couldn't even shoot underhand. I had to learn all that, so it was different. Like where you're at versus where I'm at. But cool. I mean, I would have probably still beat you back then, and I was chunky, slow, still better than you. Anyway, I mean, anything else? Like, what about us?
Also, like there's different teams. Like club teams, intramural teams.
Okay, so I mean, there's kind of like year round teams. Like, look at football, right? You have tackle football normally fall. You might be doing a spring league. Basketball, we've been all right. I'll give you that. Again, is that harder or is that just more of a like? I mean, I guess fun. I'm competitive, right? Like, don't you want to be better and better? You want to beat your competition. So I don't know. I think. I mean, definitely. I think we had more freedom, or I had more freedom compared to you. I look at how you have to focus on different sports when you play different sports, right? You play football, you play basketball, you play baseball, you're doing jujitsu, you used to play soccer, right? I think it takes a lot of time, right, to get good in all these sports. So, I mean, you probably have it harder. I mean, you definitely have it harder than I did. I just needed to show up and play recreational, right? High school football was my favorite in high school. Love that, but again, I mean, even if I compare ages, your progression rate is better. What else? Like anything else?
One more thing, social media.
Oh man, we've been talking about social media all day. Uh, what about it?
Like you want to post about like you doing a workout, trying to fit, trying to be recognized.
So you want to be recognized in that sport? All right. I think more exposure. I think that's the perfect word for it, right? Like there's more exposure for kids now. There's more pressure to perform. I think we
Yeah.
talked about pressure before, right? I didn't have none of that. But again, I think there's also an opportunity for you to showcase your abilities. I mean, it's different now. You could probably lie about it on AI and things like that. But
Yeah.
um,
That's what makes it hard.
that's true. That's true. So I think, I mean, it's definitely a lot of different things and stuff like that that can change how we how we recognize the difficulties in playing sports now. But all in all, I think the fun factor is still there. But I guess my question is, who's more competitive, your generation
Or
or mine?
prehistoric.
Not the prehistoric. Well, prehistoric would be more competitive because they had to fight for survival. Anyway, my generation, your generation, I'm gonna answer this easily. My generation.
What? No, this
Whoa,
means
whoa, whoa.
my generation.
Let's talk about. I'm gonna talk about this for one quick second. I'm gonna talk about two sports, real quick because you play both. Let's start with football. Football now. Let's look at the NFL. I can't even look at you because I'm gonna get a flag. Man, I score on you. I point at you. I got a flag. I touch you on a tackle. I got a flag. Basketball. I mean, is there even basketball right now? Or is it called 3-point ball? I don't see no one dominating the paint, being physical. My time, you get touched, it's a foul. My time, no blood, no foul, bro. So, forget it. Arguing with you is just moot point. We're gonna let everyone else decide what generation is more competitive when it comes to sports. His or mine. We'd love to hear your thoughts. You know what? I think it's important to I guess we could take it slow for a second, right? And really, I've had fun. I had fun talking about all these different things, about being 12, my generation, yours. It's actually making me think back. And, they were good times. Yeah, not every day was fun, but it was good times. But I think what's important for us and for everyone else, right, is understanding different generations have different challenges, and that's important, right? But the one thing that doesn't change is excuses. Excuses don't change. I guess for me, what's one thing you think kids can do better?
Their effort or accountability,
Ooh, I love that. Effort and accountability.
and stop making excuses or complaints.
You know what?
And not complaints, just straight up excuses.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, did you read that somewhere? Because you said everything the way you needed to say it. 100% effort. I mean, as a father, as a father, as an adult, as a coach, that's the thing, man. I just don't see it. And, you need, not from you, but I mean, sometimes, but effort is so important. Accountability, oh, my coach don't like me. Yeah, so what? You're right. He don't like you, but force him to like you. How do you force him to like you? Give him no other excuse. And I'm not saying, that you've experienced some things on your own. And you know what? That's a good topic for a future episode, right? Talking about your sports journey. I would love to hear more and for you to share all that. But you know what? Block the noise. At the end of the day, it's about your development, right? Your growth. So, being accountable, I love it. Your effort, I love it. And stopping the excuses, right? You got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and am I the person I want to be? And the answer is going to always be no. It should be no, because you should always have the opportunity to be 1% better every day. So I love that. Yeah. Anything for me? I'll give you one.
Yes.
Oh, ooh, okay.
What is one thing you think parents could do better?
I love that. Parents, we can be better at understanding, right? We can be better at just being there, listening, processing, and understanding that we made our own mistakes growing up. We made a lot of mistakes, and our goal is, at least my goal as a father is, helping you. Yeah, you're not gonna avoid. I can't help you avoid every mistake. I can probably guide you with the ones I've made, but you also need to make your own. So knowing that, I want to be there, right, to help you. So So I think parents can do better in doing that, right? And I'm not saying parents don't do that, but we can all improve. Like I said, 1% better every day. Being there, understanding, and enjoying this journey we call life. I think that's it right there for me. But anyway, I think, you know what? Thinking about all this, it's getting late. I think we can start closing this up. Episode 2, wrapping it up. So what I'm gonna say is, uh, I don't know who has it harder, right? I think we could make a case for both of us. So what I will say is, different times,
Different challenges.
same grind. Whoa, 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 whoa! Before we forget, thank you for joining Blake and Papi,
Generations Talk.
episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll tune in because episode 3 will come soon. But before we let you go, what we need to ask is,
Who won today's debate?
anyway, we're going to let the viewers decide. We would love to hear your feedback, your comments. We love responding. Check us out, Instagram at Blake and Papi. And as you know, you'll see us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Peace.
Blake runs his house.